Hey guys, welcome to the Octopodd. Yes, that's Octopodd with two D's, because in life, double D's makes things much, much better.
True.
I'm Curtis, I'm the loud one, and this is Chris, he is the fat one. Today we're going to be talking about the movies that we watched the week of. Well, only two movies, because one of them is a re-upload, so we're not really going to talk much about that one, because in the ending of that film, we have like a full, in-depth, full-length kind of discussion there already.
Yeah.
So we're not going to like reiterate our points and whatnot again.
I'm still not sure which movie it is. Like, I have two options.
I don't care.
True.
Don't care, but either way, we're not going to talk about it because it would not be worth it. It'd be very redundant at this point. But we're going to be talking about Logan and Baby Driver.
Woo!
Very, very good movies. And before we get into these films, guys, before we start talking about it, you guys have to ask us questions. Give us highlights down below. Just give us anything. I don't even care anymore. Today, we don't even have that many questions at the end. I just picked a whole lot of highlights. So literally say anything you want. I don't care. Just hit bazinga in the comments. I don't really give a shit. Just do something, all right? Have some life in you, okay? That's all I ask for. So now we're going to get into it right away. We're going to talk about Logan.
Which is pretty much the best Marvel movie to... What do you want, Adwin? You're interrupting, huh? Who do you think you are, Adwin?
Yeah, get out of here, buddy.
Where's he going?
He's just sitting.
Alright. Yeah, Logan, which is, without a doubt, easily one of the best Marvel films ever.
The thing is that before we even watched this,
Yeah.
for the longest of time, Logan has been hyped like an insane amount. I don't even know why I missed this movie. You know, I don't know when it came out, but I feel like it was at a time where I didn't have time to go to the theaters or the cinema or something like that, you know?
The cinema?
Yeah, I know, that sounds really old.
The cinema?
Yeah,
It sounds like a British... I think British people call it the cinema.
Oh, God, the theater, guys, the theater. I didn't have time to go to it, but I feel like I really missed out. Like, I truly believe I missed out on an crazy experience in theaters to see this film. Because it was mind-blowing, man.
Like, even, like, I'm going to say it right here, right now, guys. When Wolverine and Deadpool comes out, you will not see it reacted on this channel. We're going to go watch it in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I do not care to react to this. I want to go see this on the big screen. I know it has to be seen.
Yeah. So, guys, before we even get into Logan, we're just going to talk about the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer, because we did watch it. All right? We don't put trailer reactions on our channel because I think you're just...
Dude, everyone does trailer reactions.
Not just that, but everyone does it. I think you're grasping at straws for content. You know, you're really milking it at that point. Personally, and that's my opinion. I think we've done a few on the channel, like one or two, and we just felt like, we didn't like it. It put like a bad taste in our mouth, you know? I felt like we were doing something wrong. You know what I mean?
It's like eating shit.
Yeah, you know?
Even though you're doing it for survival, it still tastes like shit.
That's it, you know? It's okay. You can still eat your shit. That's fine, guys out there who do eat shit. That's fine. Eat your shit, but we don't want to eat shit. So we're not going to eat shit. No. So we did watch the trailer, and it was really good. Like, I feel like this is the first Marvel film in a long time that I'm actually hyped for, and I hope to God it brings back Marvel films. I hope it, like, really, like, resets and kind of, like, changes the palette moving forwards.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I feel like they need a huge revamp.
Dude, they really do, especially the X-Men franchise. It went downhill so hard. I didn't even watch the last X-Men film. Everyone said it was dog shit.
I didn't even see the one with, I didn't see the one where when they changed the actors with John, oh God, I can't remember.
Are you okay?
No, I'm trying to remember.
Oh, you didn't even watch the new ones, like First Class and stuff like that.
No.
You haven't even seen, you only watched the 3 original X-Men.
I only watched the 3 original X-Men, and I
never
went any further.
I never realized that.
I never went any further.
I should have shown you the... Oh.
Yeah. Oh, maybe, are those worth watching? Like, could I react to that?
The first one, I think, is really good. The other ones, I wasn't too big a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was one, Apocalypse.
I don't know.
Oscar Isaac plays the villain.
Oh, okay.
It was a shit film, though. I literally kind of zoned out watching it.
Yeah, I watched the first original 3, which I don't even remember that well, to be
No.
honest. But I do remember
We were
watching
kids.
when
We were very young.
And that's as far as I went, and I never went further because I thought that was the end of X-Men. I was just like, I don't want to do anymore. You know, I felt like they were really going hard with it.
We will go and take a look through them, and maybe we could decide to pick one out.
Okay.
Or pick, like, maybe we should... Maybe do the first one at least. I don't know. I totally forgot you never saw them.
Well, I saw those. I saw the Wolverine when he was in Japan.
I actually kind of like that movie. That one
wasn't too bad. And Origins.
Oh, God!
Where Deadpool looked like shit.
Woo!
Yeah, those are the ones I remember very well.
That was a rough film.
Yeah, those are pretty rough. That's all I remember. But the trailer for Wolverine and Deadpool it looks really good. I feel like it's I don't know, it looks fun. I think that's the most important thing. I look at the trailer, it doesn't give everything away, which most Marvel movies kind of do.
Yeah.
The trailers give too much. This one didn't give anything away, and I was like, oh, okay. I still don't know what the hell this is about or what's going on, essentially.
You get little bits and pieces,
but not enough for you to fully understand what's happening.
And thank God.
Yeah.
I really don't want to know everything. I just don't want to. I want to go in. That's why I want to go see it in theaters. I don't want no shithead spoiling it.
I don't want to be spoiled or anything like that. But yeah, so don't expect it on the channel, guys. There's some movies that we will not save for the channel. We're not that desperate for content. Well, we are, but not to that extent. You know.
No, and I have to say, like, even just like watching Logan, of course, but also just seeing the trailer again for Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, Hugh Jackman is just so damn good as Wolverine. I know he doesn't have the proper height and everything. But God, it's just like he really just embodies that role so good.
He has the look, and the mannerisms are just nailed.
Yeah,
you know, I really like that rough and gruff asshole kind of thing.
And Hugh kills it, man. He's so damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm really God, because like even in Logan, it dials that rough and gruff to 11.
We're just gonna like actually get into Logan right now.
Yeah,
we talked a bit about the X-Men and whatnot and what we've seen. I haven't seen the animated series, which I've heard is really good. Apparently, X-Men '97, I think it is.
Something
like that. I heard it's phenomenal. Like a lot of people are talking about it. Never got into it. Again, TV series is hard for me to get into.
True.
But Logan though. What I liked about Logan is that they started it off perfectly. I like the way they started Logan, where he literally just beats the shit out of the guys in front of his car. Or in front of his, he was doing some limo service.
I think beat the shit is a very polite term to put it. I think he sliced the guy's arm off.
He beat the shit out of some of them and killed.
I think he killed all of them.
He killed all of them. So he didn't beat the shit out of them. He killed them. And I thought it was a really cool opening segment. Just to see, it kind of shows the age of Wolverine catching up or whatever kind of illness that he has that's degenerating him. You can see like how much it has a toll on him. You know, even like now he gets the shit kicked out of him and he feels it. Essentially, like there's like some diminishing returns whenever he's not
recovering as quickly as he used to.
Exactly that.
And I really like the idea that he's just jaded beyond belief. Like he's kind of given up in a sense. You know, he's kind of lost his hope.
The thing is, it's interesting because he's given up on himself, but not on Xavier.
Yeah, that dude, Patrick Stewart oh my God.
Patrick Stewart's really goddamn good in this movie, too.
The way
he
kind of plays him and is also kind of like going
senile.
Well, yeah, Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah,
he has some kind of degenerative brain condition. And just the way he plays it and everything, dude, it's phenomenal. Yeah. It's so damn good. Again, I kind of like these more darker and grim tones to superhero films.
Yeah,
like that's why I also like the Joker.
Not even
in a sense, it's more like
it's not even that. But what I like what they did with Logan is just like you said, they pretty much made it grimmer and darker, but they added some more realism to it. You know, they actually made it so that you could actually relate to these characters even better.
Yeah,
you know, especially with like Xavier. I guarantee you, there's a lot of people out there who have dealt with family members who are older with brain degenerative diseases, and it's not easy. And you can see it's like
we've been through that. So it totally connected dots for me, and I could really relate heavily.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of cool, and it shows you like how tough it is,
especially with a man whose whole ability is using his brain for his powers.
I think that's what makes it such a clever idea. Is that
because you saw when he went like nuclear, dude. Like, and everything is frozen in time. Like, it's just like
he could literally kill an entire city with one episode.
Dude, it was just the way Logan had his claws, and he had to like use them to drag himself across the walls and floor to get through that. Like, dude, that was really damn cool. That whole aspect.
Really cool. I like that a lot. I also like the I can't remember her name. It's been a while since we watched this.
Who, the kid?
Yeah.
Laura?
Oh, Laura's her name.
Yeah.
Wow, you just like that, man. Damn, I couldn't remember. It's been a while.
Big brain.
Even Laura, I thought was really good. You know,
the actress who played her did such a good job.
Exactly, and I kind of like how she has a similar personality to Logan himself. You know, it's almost like a spitting image, just smaller and feistier.
Well, it's kind of like older, like when he was younger, even like Logan, like kind of like on his own before even the X-Men happened. He's on his own. He's doing his own thing. You know, he doesn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Like her, she wouldn't even speak, and she could speak fine.
Yeah.
But she would only communicate with Xavier through telekinesis.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only thing she'd be willing to communicate with.
But she trusted him.
Yeah. You know? And I really like that whole aspect. It was just a phenomenal character, especially when she can, like, get, like, blades from her feet or some shit.
Oh, God, that was
oh my God.
Okay, that was kind of cool. I didn't see that coming, but that was sick.
Like, that's terrifying, this little thing that's so deadly. Because she's far more mobile and agile. And these guys are huge. It's like, she just got to go for the ankles.
She pretty much did, yeah. Even, like, whenever she was in combat, I thought it looked really good. It
was cool.
I didn't expect her to fight as much as she did, and I liked that a lot. I was like, wow. You know, it shows you, like, how truly terrifying a little child with blades coming out of their knuckles and feet, it truly is. Like, wow, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the fight sequences were all really good. I really like that they dialed up the violence for this.
Even Logan versus Logan, his clone.
Logan versus Logan was incredible.
God, bro.
Holy
that
shit.
was so badass.
Yeah.
Like, just how brutal as hell it was.
I kind of like when they have two characters who are immortal, almost, or, like, highly regenerative, and their bodies are highly regenerative.
Dude, that's, again, Wolverine Deadpool's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
Imagine I know they're gonna constantly be kicking each other's asses.
But that's the thing that I like. I feel like it allows you to be so much more creative when they're with fighting or with choreography.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen. You know, it's not like, oh, they got to be careful. They have to be cautious, or else they're gonna get killed. No, they don't give a shit. You know, they can't be killed. No. You have to stop them. You know.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It makes the fight even more, like, interesting.
Yeah. That's what I'm so hyped for, because I know they're gonna be so pissed and annoyed at each other.
Oh, and Wolverine Deadpool.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
I already know it's gonna be peak.
That's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Another thing I found
the most brutal even thing ever was when they were housed by that family, that random family.
I was actually just going to touch on that.
Just like, I did not expect them to kill off the entire family. That, and even, like, Xavier as well.
I thought they might have just killed off the father and call it a day, but no, they just wiped out the entire family, and then they killed off Xavier. It was interesting that they killed Xavier off in such a anticlimactic way. I hate to put it. You know, it was just, like, kind of, like, abrupt. He didn't really have a fighting chance, nothing. You know, usually when it comes to superhero movies, they want to give a heroic death to the hero that dies.
But I think that's what I actually appreciated from this, you know? Like, realistically speaking, death is not heroic.
Not all deaths are heroic,
no.
Even to heroes.
And he thought it was genuinely Logan coming in. He did not realize it, again, because of his degenerative brain disorder.
Mm-hmm.
You know? He couldn't really tell the difference. And, boom, dead, gone.
Yeah, it happened so fast where I was just like, really? That's it? But not in a way where it was just like, I didn't feel like it. Like, it didn't.
You were shocked. You're like, whoa, really?
Yeah, more.
This is where it happens.
More so in a shocked manner, not like I'm disappointed or anything. I was like, oh shit, okay, I guess that's just how it's done.
Yeah.
You know, there's not much you can really do about that. Ooh, I also liked how that all the kids that were in the facility and whatnot ended up going to the secret location where the mutants would kind of like
in the comics, right?
Yeah, they actually followed the comics. You know, there was there was an actual location that was on there, and they actually went there. I thought it was kind of cool.
I think it's because the comics was literally some of the only source of reading material they had. So they saw this location, like, oh, this is like a sanctuary for mutants. They're like, okay, we go there.
Yeah,
that's it.
I kind of thought that was cool that they utilized the comics to that extent.
And I like how even they made the comics an actual thing, and like Logan's just like, it's all bullshit, you know? It's all like
half of it's bullshit, not all of it's real kind of thing. It's just over embellished dog shit.
Kind of. That was cool as hell. I like kind of like him commenting on that too. That was really clever.
Yeah, so I just like how they plugged in the comics like that and kind of made them somewhat important.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought that was kind of sick in its own way. That was pretty cool.
Oh, but again, like I said, probably like top 3 Marvel films ever.
You know what? I would have to agree.
And I would even say, personal opinion from what I've seen, easily the best X-Men film.
Oh,
yeah. Weirdly enough, it doesn't even feature a lot of X-Men, but like it just hits all the right notes. And it's such a fantastically written story. Like, even the ending, man. When, like, Logan dies. And it's just like that last segment when Laura is there with the cross and she just turns it into an X instead.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That went so damn hard.
Holy shit.
And then it just cuts Logan, Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I'm done. You won.
No, you're right,
That was
dude.
such a... That whole ending was perfection.
Whoever came up with that idea of taking the cross and making it an X, That shit was insane.
That
dude.
went
That was
hard.
one of again. It's like you said. That's how you end a film. You know, it ends. You're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was so clever. Honestly, whoever came up with that idea and wrote it down, like, dude.
He needs a raise. I don't know what he does or what he's doing, but he needs something in life. We need to give him more.
It was just beautiful. It was just such a good one. And of course, I'm a sucker for Johnny Cash in general. You know, because Johnny Cash, I think, was our grandparents, like one of their favorite.
Well, not our grandparents, not our
even our parents, but specifically our grandparents.
Yeah.
Love Johnny Cash. So, been a big influence in our lives, his music. So, just anytime I hear it, I'm like, oh man.
Oh, that's one movie I've been wanting to watch. Walk Hard.
Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story?
No, not that one. What's the?
I know what you're. Joaquin Phoenix's.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see that.
I knew the name of the film, and now you lost it.
I'm sorry. Why do they think of Walk Hard?
I don't know.
Dewey Cox.
Because I know that I've never seen it, but that's what it is. It's Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. I think.
Whoops. Well, anyways, the Johnny Cash film.
I can't remember what the hell it's called now. You ruined that for me.
Sorry, but I
can only think of John C. Reilly.
As soon as he said Johnny Cash, I was like, man, I've been wanting to watch that movie for a long time, but I think it's a very long movie. That's the thing. I think it's like the 2 hours and 30 kind of thing.
It's not bad, honestly. We could probably do it eventually.
At some point, guys, we'll see that. I've been very interested in that. I'm a fan of the Johnny Cash.
Joaquin Phoenix as well.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Joaquin Phoenix.
I really like him as an actor.
Back to Logan. I wish they would make more superhero movies like this. You know,
it's like even for DC with Joker. I kind of like these like smaller casts in more like, in a sense, realistic storytelling instead of just bombastic, overly embellished superhero story. Like, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love me my superhero movies, but taking these characters and putting them into these more like these, I don't know how to explain it, but like not every film has to be like the end of the world is the only
well, here's the thing,
is the big doom thing.
Well, not even that, but I feel like the biggest issue here is that I think a lot of the superhero films are just trying to get to the action scene when, you know, that's not the most important thing about a superhero film. You got to make sure that the story itself is good and the characters themselves are good.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of them just heavily rely on action scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like we're in a car and we're just driving to the next action scene. You know, wave past all the landscape and stuff. Oh, that's okay,
Pretty much.
I guess. You know,
pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with it.
I think the most recent Marvel film that goes against that idea was Guardians 3. That one had a lot of heart in it.
Well, Guardians is just good in general. They've all been good. Even the second one wasn't the best, I would say.
It's not the best of the three, but I did enjoy it a lot.
It's not the best of the three, but it was still good for what it was. You know, I still think it was a good movie. But the Guardians films, yeah, they're
Guardians 3 was like the most recent Marvel film that comes to mind that really had that heart and soul and relatability to the characters.
Yeah, they did it well.
I feel like that was the greatest thing about those films, was that you could easily like feel for them.
Well, not even that, but it's just like I feel like what they have to do is just find a balance. You know?
Yeah.
Find a balance. Like, sure, you know, like a superhero film is a superhero film, but don't just let it be a superhero film. It has to be more.
Yeah.
You know? Don't just rely on the fact that you have a superhero in your film and it's going to be okay. It's like, no, make sure that the character's interesting. No matter who they are. You know, no matter who the hero is, you just got to make sure that they are interesting. There's some form of character development. There's something they go through that makes them an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just have the hero just slap them there and let them do whatever you want. It doesn't work like that.
No. And again, like I kind of like these smaller, toned down stories that are just like more personal.
I think even in the bigger stories they could pull it off.
They could, but I feel like a lot of times, I think like you say, they get lost in the sauce of all the other components that make a Marvel film. Because not only that, but the greatness that is Logan is that it didn't have to follow up with anything or go in any direction. It was its own thing. I think a lot of the Marvel stories and the way they have to
it has to lead into something else.
Yeah, they have to all be connected in some way. I feel like it kind of like becomes the biggest issue. It's like, how do I connect this? How do I do this? How do I find this point that goes to this point?
I feel like what you should
do... Because they can't just consistently tell their own story.
What they should do is just tell their own story and find a way to connect it later on.
Perhaps.
If that makes sense. You know?
Yeah.
Or not every story needs to connect.
I really don't think it has to.
No, I feel like...
again, Logan takes place in its own little thing. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Again, like, I know I referenced the Joker so much, but like I think it's the only DC film I've liked in like the past 10 years. Maybe I'm being over, maybe 10 years is too much, but maybe 5 years. Well, like, I feel like a lot
the
of
last thing I liked about, so I like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is the most recent DC thing that I liked, and the last DC thing I liked was Dark Knight. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So
that's
from,
way
from
too
Dark
long.
Knight to the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, everything else DC has put out in terms of movies.
I
I'm not
could give
counting
less
animated. I've not seen.
Not counting animated or their shows or whatever.
No, I've not seen the shows. I've not seen any of the
We're talking
animated
pure
stuff.
movies.
Just pure film.
I've like none of it.
None of it. So from Dark Knight to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, that's a huge gap of everything just sucking.
We haven't seen the new Batman though.
Sure. I've not seen the new Batman
again,
as well.
Because like my DC died for me.
Yeah, so it's hard to get back onto the
went,
DC hype train. I'll probably get back into DC when James Gunn's Superman comes out. Superman Legacy, I think it's called.
God, I hope it's gonna be good, man.
I have hope. I think it's gonna be fine.
Because that's like DC has great characters and even better villains. And like I it's just such a shame how they keep failing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Their biggest
over.
problem was, I hate Zack Snyder as a director.
I do too.
Really hate him. I think have you seen his thing? What is it? The thing that he just made?
Rebel Moon,
Moon Rebel, or something like that. Dude, apparently it's dog shit. Like part 1, dog shit. Part 2, it got worse. Who let this guy behind a camera? Like honestly. He did 300, which was good, and I think
I loved 300.
300 was a good movie, and I think he did another one that was good that I can't remember. That a lot of people name whenever I shit on him.
Is it Watchmen?
Maybe. I don't know. But either way, it's just like, okay, maybe he had 1 or 2 good movies, but bro's horribly inconsistent.
His superhero films are kind of ass.
He has no consistency in his filmmaking. He's just like, oh, this is good.
No, I'm going to be brutal. I truly believe he has more misses than hits.
Dude, he does. He misses more than he hits. When he hits, ooh, that's nice. But man, does he miss hard. But holy shit, dude.
He misses hard.
I don't know. I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's just out of there.
I'm glad they gave the reins to
anybody
someone else.
who like defended Zack Snyder for
Remember the Snyder cut?
Oh my god.
Losers, man.
Absolutely pathetic, man.
Like,
What a bunch of losers.
Oh.
But you have to watch the Snyder cut. It's better.
It's like almost 4 hours. I'm not watching that.
I don't care, bro.
Jesus.
I don't care about the Snyder cut. Like, bro, like screw this guy. I don't give a shit, man. He's not a good director.
No.
Sure, he's had good movies, but he got lucky. Okay, I don't know what it is. He won the lottery at that point with filmmaking for those 1 or 2 films, but the rest of his stuff is horribly dog shit.
Apparently his Rebel films are horrible.
It just it proves to everybody he's not that good. That's it, bro. I saw a clip on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it, of like some form of fight choreography for it. Oh my god, it was dog shit. It was so slow and horrible. What's with choreography today and fight scenes that they're so goddamn slow?
Oh, and not only that, but just like the overuse of slow-mo.
Yeah, it's slow-mo. It looks slow. Nothing looks clean or good. Like, bro, I don't want to see that.
No.
I don't need slow-mo in my fight scenes. No.
I'm okay with it. But when like
don't abuse it.
But when after every 3 attacks there's a slow-mo cut, bro, stop it.
Doesn't need it. Like, make it look real. Make it look good. All right? The best thing we've seen in Marvel in terms of choreography, I think, was Shang-Chi. That was it.
Shang-Chi bad.
Shang-Chi has perfect choreography. You know what? You need a little bit more of that. It's not a perfect film. No, it's not.
But the choreography's bad.
But it's a good movie. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. All right?
I did too.
The choreography hard carries it.
Only problem with that film, I think the ending went too crazy with the dragon chick.
I think it did go crazy. It didn't need the whole dragon segment.
I felt like that whole element just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, just have like Shang-Chi and like.
It reminded me like maybe like Dark Souls.
When
you fought this boss, now here comes the real one, and he's bigger and nastier and just makes no sense, but he's there. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right,
that was a bit much.
That threw me off.
Didn't need that.
No.
But overall, it was a really good movie. I loved it.
I would like to rewatch that movie. I haven't rewatched it.
Yeah, of current Marvel stuff, that was a good movie. I loved it. I had so much fun when I saw that movie.
That was great.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Maybe we should get into Baby Driver. We've been talking about Marvel and superhero shit for so long.
Superhero movies, I feel like, is just such a big subject. There's so much to talk about because there's so much good and there's so much bad.
Oh, God.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I think that's enough for Logan and Marvel. Just hero films as a whole, all right? We're going to just shut it down now. We're just going to move on to Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Baby Driver, again, was a movie that we didn't really know much about going in. I know the director. What's his face? God, what's the director's name? I know he did the.
Let me look if I have it here.
Yeah,
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. Yeah, Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, and I think he did the Cornello trilogy.
What's that?
Shaun of the Dead and stuff like that.
Okay, sorry.
And you
I
can
forgot
tell,
it was
you
called
can
that.
tell it's his style too, just the way he does
You're
transitions
right.
and camera
You're right.
work.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think the most impressive thing before we even talk about the film is just the integration and use of music. It is
Yeah.
done in such a flawlessly interesting way.
Yeah.
God
Not even that, but the
damn.
music they choose is very good too. You know, it's like the music they choose wasn't music I was expecting, or I would have.
Dude, the fact that they even use Barry White. Oh,
Yeah,
man. You get me some Barry White? I'm sold, baby. I love Barry White.
Yeah, they used a lot of music that I wasn't expecting in the film, but they made it work, and it was just like it felt like, oh yeah, this feels right.
Yeah.
Although I would have never have thought of it. That's the thing. I also liked how one of the segments that I really like in this film is there's a moment where Baby's just like walking down the street.
Guys,
It's all right, guys.
relax. Hey. Hey. What are you barking at?
I don't know.
Mugwai.
Mugwai's just losing it, man. It's all right, Mugwai.
Mugwai, come here. Stop it, you hound. You vicious beast.
That's enough, Mugwai. It's okay. Yeah, just lay down, guys. It's fine. Take it easy.
Hey, guys, chill.
Chill.
Like, I didn't even hear the other dogs. What even got her going? Maybe she had a dream.
Maybe she did. She could have just woke up from her dream. All right. One of my favorite segments in this film is when Baby's walking down the street. It's very early on when he's going to go get coffee. I
The
think
first time?
Yeah, and there's like music playing, and the lyrics are popping up on the walls and stuff like that, and graffiti, and just like in very intricate and cool ways. I don't know how the hell they did that or shot that. I was just like, holy shit! Like, it was so interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen a maybe movie. I don't know if any other film's done it before, but I thought it was smart. That was it. I was just like, oh, this is very interesting, and it makes the music more fun, even more fun than it is initially.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, and I liked his whole perspective on he has to have the perfect song for when he's doing when he is driving away and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. Before
It's
they,
kinda-
like, I remember they start a job and he's just like, wait, I gotta wait for my music. I have to start at the right time.
Yeah.
It had to be the perfect timing that when they get him, he's ready to go with that. That was really fun. I love that. And they have to all wait, and they're just like, "What the hell's going on?" Like,
yeah, and I kind of like I like how his obsession with music was very like personal to him because of his mother being a singer and whatnot, and or getting wrecked essentially by a car accident.
getting wrecked. Yeah.
Boom. You know. Yeah, not the greatest thing.
But I think the best, like, I would say performance is probably Jamie Foxx. Dude played like.
No,
I was absolutely like getting this feeling of absolute suspense every time he's interacting with any person.
He's very he felt like literally felt like he's gonna kill somebody.
It was like danger was always around if he's there.
Yeah, I felt like he was always on the edge to just kill somebody. He didn't even need a reason. I think there was a point when they went to the gas station, he walked in, just killed the guy, and took what he needed.
Yeah, because he didn't want to pay.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not paying. I'm just gonna kill him.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. You know.
And I like this whole monologue before he would steal anything.
Oh, that
he's
like,
like,
I said it's actually his.
We actually own it. It is ours. We're taking it back, etc.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's like next level delusional. You know?
Right? You gotta convince yourself, I'm doing the right thing.
You're literally gaslighting yourself.
That's my shit. I want it back.
You're gaslighting yourself to believe you're in the right and just murdering an individual. No, but the entire cast is really good. You got John Bernthal, John Hamm. John Hamm was really good in this too, especially near the end. Bro, John Hamm gets really good.
I love the scene of when Baby gets into the diner. He's already there.
Oh God, that's such a good scene.
It's just the way like he kind of just goes over to him and kind of like takes the earbud, puts it in his ear, listens to the music, and he's just singing along with the Barry White. It's just those little moments where I was just like,
yeah,
shit, dude,
yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah,
I really loved it, man.
Yeah, again, the movie's just got a lot of good moments. Again, it's just like I feel like it's what I like about the. I think it's just it comes down to the director really having a vision and knowing how to portray it. You know, it's just the way he presents.
How to bring it to life, in a sense.
He presents the film and brings it to life in a way that. What I like about Edgar Wright is that he does it in a way another director can't replicate. He has his own style that no one can replicate, and it shows time and time again. It sucks because guys, we're going back to superheroes. I'm sorry. He was supposed to direct Ant-Man.
One of the biggest goddamn fumbles of mankind.
One of the biggest fumbles that Marvel has ever had.
Edgar Wright Ant-Man would have been peak.
It would have been such a goddamn good movie. Just it's the way he directs, the way he transitions to other scenes and stuff like that. I feel like with Ant-Man, he could have really gone all out and gotten super creative with it. I wish we could go to another multiverse where Edgar Wright's Ant-Man exists.
I do too.
That would have been such a good movie. Like, holy shit.
Because I really like Paul Rudd, but the Ant-Man films have been pretty...
The first one wasn't bad. The first one wasn't bad.
The first one was fun. The second one was...
terrible. No, the second one was terrible. Don't even get me started on that.
No, bro. The third one was terrible.
I did watch the third one. I couldn't do it.
Don't even bother.
I know, I couldn't do it.
It was one of the worst fucking... Oh... I hate that movie so much.
I couldn't do it. After the second...
What a waste of time.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. You have a great cast. You have a great cast of actors and actresses.
And
it's just like they can't do anything to save the film.
My biggest issue is that they put too many characters.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wanted it to be focusing more on just Ant-Man himself.
Yeah.
They bring in his daughter. They bring in Wasp. They bring in like Hank Pym as well. They bring in so many characters. Like, bro, I just want Ant-Man, dude. Give me my Ant-Man film.
Yeah. All right, enough about Ant-Man. But yeah, that's one of the things. I feel like I'm so disappointed. I wish I could have seen his vision with it for Ant-Man.
God, I would have loved it.
We would have gotten a completely different film, and I think it would have been a 10 times better movie. It just again, it's the way he directs. It would have been something special. You know, what we got was the Ant-Man that we got was very cookie cutter. I felt it was very safe.
It was super safe.
It was super safe. It followed the formula.
It had moments where it kind of like had its own unique, really interesting
don't get me wrong.
things,
yes,
but overall, it was very cookie cutter.
I feel like it could have just like, it could have been more than just a superhero film. I feel like that could have been something special, and we just lost it.
Missed out, man.
I
like I even think of Baby Driver. It's a fantastically special movie. I really enjoyed it. Like it's a movie I would consider watching again, or even introducing to other people. It's that great.
100%. I could watch it with I could watch it again or watch it with other people. I wouldn't mind it. It's one of those ones that you can watch again.
Even like, need to mention Kevin Spacey. He's a great actor. He's done some really,
He's a very questionable individual. We'll just leave it at that.
Over the years, he's done some questionable things.
Over the years,
but
yeah.
Minus his controversies and shit.
He
might be a garbage human being. He's a fantastic actor, sadly.
Yeah.
He is talented.
Unfortunately, he's really good at what he does.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, because I realized we were dodging him real hard, and I'm just gonna put it right out.
We're just gonna put Kevin Spacey right out there, man.
Piece of shit, fantastic actor.
That's the thing. I feel
truly a shame.
It's unfortunate because there's a lot of people who are not the best. You know, you find out that they're actually assholes, or they've done some really questionable things. You're like, oh, uh-oh. Or they have some interesting and strange allegations about them. You're like, oh, yikes. And it's just like, but they've still done good work. You know, even if they're not a good person, or they suck, or they've done some more.
Whenever I watch a movie with an actor that has that kind of like history, I always enter it with the perspective that this is a character. This is not the actor. Right. You know, I try so hard because like I don't want that bias ruining a film for me.
Oh God, yeah.
Because there's so many great films out there that sadly have some very questionable actors in it now. But like,
you can't let that stop you from enjoying film.
No,
or
you can't.
Enjoying some of the classics. You know?
No, you can't.
No, because I guarantee you, Kevin Spacey's been in a lot of good movies. You know,
He
we haven't seen them.
The Unusual Suspects we did.
That one,
fantastic film.
Fantastic, and he kills it in that one. Man,
he's so good.
He gives a good performance, and it's just like you can't really just completely just
write them off as if they don't exist.
Yeah,
they do. They've been in projects, and you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know, you can still watch those movies. It's not going to hurt anyone or do anything, essentially.
Yeah, you have to disassociate the person with the character.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Easier said than done, but like that's how I do it personally.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah, because I can't let that skew my opinion of a film. It's not right to take from that film and what it's done.
Oh, it just sucks. Why? Because Kevin Spacey's an asshole. It's like, all right.
All right. Like,
there's a lot of movies I'm just going to instantly dislike from the get-go. No, man,
yeah.
That's not how you do it. You can still enjoy a movie.
Because he was actually really good in this. I had to put it out there, man. We can't dodge that.
No, can't dodge.
And like even I liked his relationship with his
Baby.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah, almost like a surrogate father in a way. Like it was kind of like he almost played like a father figure to him. Like he truly cared about Baby, and at the same time he was extremely hard on him. But at the same time he was kind of manipulative with him.
Yeah, using him like you're the best. I need you.
It was this very interesting dynamic, you know, of just like you paid everything off. No, you're still in the game. You can't leave me. Kind of thing. It was just like this weird push and pull kind of thing. But at the end, he truly did care about him. I don't know.
And had his best interest in mind in the end.
Yeah, I thought that was.
I also liked Baby's relationship with the man he was staying with. I think it was the blind guy. He was deaf. He was deaf.
He was deaf.
And I love his whole relationship with him and everything. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I like just the way that he just like kind of like like near the end, he just like drives him out to like a place and just leaves him there.
It's going like a retirement home.
Yeah, it's kind of like leaving a baby in an adoption place. So it's just a grown man. It was really funny.
Yeah, it's
just the way that played off is like, because like Baby was probably introduced to him as well when he was younger, in a sense.
Yeah.
To like take care of and be with,
Yeah.
and stuff. And he kind of like did that in a sense, like oh, I have to give you away now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what happened to him. He had to be given away because of his parents got wrecked.
Yep.
I know.
And all it took was for Baby, for him to actually want to live a good life, was just all it took was some love. That was it.
Man.
Sometimes just the power of love just gets the best of you.
Truly, love changes people.
Love changes
like
a
the
person.
term "love makes you do crazy things" is not wrong. When you find someone you truly care about, you truly connect with, in your mind, you're like, I can make these risks because like the potential of a life with this individual, it outweighs it entirely. I think that's beautiful.
It's like you're willing to risk it all for this person.
Because at the core, this is just a love story.
Oh well, yeah,
That's
obviously.
it. That's what it is.
It's a love story with a lot of good driving.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite parts. I almost forgot.
Yeah, go ahead.
When he got the Mike Myers masks, they go into Austin Powers.
Oh my God! Okay.
The guy's like,
Michael Myers, like
Michael Myers, Halloween.
Halloween, not like Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
That was actually really good,
dude. I'm surprised. Has any other film made that joke? Because I feel like that, like even though I love it, I thought this seems like something someone should have done by now. This feels like it's too late in the game to get this joke out because it's too good a joke that it took this damn long for someone to think of.
Yeah, I feel like it's not that. I feel like it's not that. It's not that clever.
Can you imagine if they
You know
just walked there, they get in their car, and they put on Shrek masks,
Oh my God.
go rob the bank as Shrek? I would love that.
No, it's just like it's not that much of a clever joke. I feel like it's something that someone would have
right?
already thought of.
That's
at
the
some
thing.
point.
I thought like, no way, this is original to this, and this is the first time.
But if it is, wow, dude, I can't believe no one's thought about that.
Like, that's a big missed opportunity from everyone else.
Yeah, you fumbled,
Honestly.
guys. You fumbled. All it took was a little bit of brain power.
Very minimal brain power, actually. Like, wow, it's just it's a solid joke. I love it.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite things of this film. Was that was just so funny.
I really liked the. I just liked when the movie's getting near the end, and we got like John Hamm like completely losing his mind. Like he becomes like, well, not lose his mind, but he becomes this scary individual. He becomes like a machine. He literally looks like he becomes a Terminator. All right.
Yeah.
Like you leave off, and he's just like he's having like a gunfight with the entire police force, and you're just like, well, that's probably the end of him, and he's back. He's back. You know, he keeps showing up again and again. It's like, dude, just die already. Like,
well,
holy
it's
shit.
kind of like they referenced it earlier in
That
the film.
he is a monster.
That his what was her name? The girl that he was just
Darling.
Darling, really? Is that
He called her Darling a lot.
All right. Well, with her, is that she even said that whenever he gets pissed off, he sees nothing but blood and won't stop until he gets what he wants done. She referenced that a lot earlier in the film.
Yeah.
And then seeing that come full circle, a good writer knows how to foreshadow properly. And there it is. That's great foreshadowing. Yeah. And that was true. He was relentlessly trying to kill Baby because it took the love of his life.
Yeah, I kind of liked it too.
Yeah,
I was just like, damn,
again,
he's badass, man.
Super good movie. Everything. I loved it. Cinematography, music, it was a good story.
Again, it's like I told you, man. Edgar Wright is just like he's in a league of his own in terms of like creativity. You can't no one replicates his style. It's
why do they call it the Cornello trilogy though? Is there?
I think it's because there's a Cornello, like the ice creams. The Cornello ice creams there's one in every movie. I think that's why they call it the Cornello trilogy, like Hot Fuzz, World's End, Shaun of the Dead.
Those movies are like masterful.
I've seen a lot of people recommend them to us, guys. We've already seen it.
We're not like those fake reactors. If we've seen it, we're not doing it.
Yeah, we're not like the fake reactors, guys. We're not going to see it. We're not going to watch it. We're not going to do it for the channel. We're not stupid.
Shaun of the Dead is so good. I love Shaun of the Dead.
I'm always surprised when someone has not seen either Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead. World's End, I could understand, but
World's End is quite the it's forgotten sometimes.
Yes, but Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, I'm always surprised when people have not seen these films. I'm like, these are really good movies.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of people are surprised at movies we haven't seen, so we can't say anything.
You know what? We can't even talk shit about that.
No, we can't even talk shit about that.
The only ones that really, like, irk me in the wrong way is when someone says they've never seen, like, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, or even Harry Potter.
Sometimes.
I feel like those three are really big. At some point, they were, like, the biggest things. You know what I mean? Like, they were all the hype in cinema as a whole, in movies. You know, they were the biggest hyped things.
Specifically Harry Potter, because there's just so many of those damn films. It had, like, such a span of hype for such a long time.
Yeah, it lived a long time. The hype for Harry Potter lived a long time. So it's like, it kind of surprises
Depending
me.
on how fast they were the films, that hype could have lasted a decade, actually.
Yeah.
It's like, what? There's Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix.
Yep. Deathly
Deathly Hallows 1 and 2, so 7 films.
Yeah.
No, wait. Nope. The Half-Blood Prince.
The Half-Blood Prince.
There's 8 films.
There's 8 films, yeah. So you had a long time. You know, there's a big spacing where there's the hype of these films were alive for a long time.
So that's why I keep forgetting there was actually 8 films.
So that's why, not just that, but I feel like Harry Potter was huge. It still is. There's still.
Well, you look at it when you look at video games. Even the highest-selling video game of the entire last year,
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah,
like, there's a big dedicated fan base that is just ready to eat up any content from that world.
Yeah, there's people who just love it. You know, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't. I like it, but I'm not as into it.
No,
you know what I mean?
wouldn't say I'm invested into it. I'm a Harry Potter enjoyer.
I do think it is a good story. Like I do think Harry Potter.
There's a good foundation. The world is what's.
I think
impressive.
the world building, like hard carries, if anything.
Yeah.
I think the world is incredibly well made.
I've read all the books. I've watched the films. Like I enjoy it, but like I'm not the biggest craziest fan. If you want to crazy and big, dude, Lord of the Rings is my Lord of the Rings is my love and passion.
Lord of the Rings is like the best thing ever.
I think it's just like even after Lord of the Rings, anything that has like an ounce of fantasy involved, like in that kind of realm, I'm biasedly.
I'm a huge fan of fantasy. I'm a hard believer of fantasy over sci-fi.
True.
You know, I like the setting of fantasy far more than sci-fi.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah.
And we don't get a lot of fantasy.
I know. I think fantasy's having a renaissance, dude. Like, there's a lot of fantasy shit popping up here and there.
Yeah, but I want to see more fantasy in film.
True.
You know, I feel like in film, fantasy's not that big. You know, I feel like
it's TV that predominantly fantasy has been getting at like a more.
Yeah, but I want to see it in film. You know, I think it's an untapped. There's a lot of untapped potential.
Game of Thrones was really bringing that fantasy back.
Oh, they killed it. Though.
And they instantly ended it as well.
They just pulled the plug.
Holy shit! Even The Witcher was kind of giving that fantasy element.
And what happens? They pulled the plug. They
kill it.
They did something stupid. Every time we have something that's good fantasy related, they always find a way to kill it these days.
It starts off big and then it dies.
Hey, we're bringing back Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. And it's dog shit. Like, why is it that you keep bringing fantasy into TV and it's dog shit? Why? You know, God, come on, give me something good fantasy related. I want a good fantasy series, for the love of God. Last fantasy movie I saw that I liked was D&D. That was actually a good movie.
Oh, that was wonderful.
That was a great movie.
For me right now, I'm reading these books. Shout out to our friend Kyle, who's going to be visiting us next week.
Yeah, so you're actually have to put up with him on camera.
We're going to get a Kyle podcast. I don't care what the film is. We might not even talk about the movies.
We might not talk about the movies whatsoever. We're just going to talk to Kyle or talk with Kyle.
But Kyle's put me onto these books. I have not read in a very long time. I'm already on the 3rd book, and I'm almost halfway through it, okay? I love it. The fantasy stuff, dude, it bangs. It truly bangs.
Yep. I need more. I want more fantasy in my media. I want more TV series. I want more movies. Fantasy has untapped potential, and they keep sidelining it, or they keep screwing it up.
Because that's the biggest problem. They absolutely screw it to shit, and they're like, I guess people don't want it. No! It's because you keep screwing it to death!
That's the problem, especially if you're doing something that's fantasy related that already has something that's established in a sense.
A source of media, like a book, etc.
For example, it's like the Witcher TV series. They just didn't want to stick to the actual they didn't want to stick. They didn't want to stick to the source material. They didn't want to respect it. They wanted let's do Witcher, but my thing. I swear to God, you guys are assholes, man.
Dude,
who keeps giving these guys the rights to these things?
That's literally every Resident Evil adaptation.
Oh, man!
The only adaptation that did its own thing and I jammed hard with was Silent Hill.
The first Silent Hill movie was good.
First Silent Hill movie.
Second one was dog shit, and you had the best cast ever. You had Kit Harington. You had Sean Bean. You had a fantastic cast, and you screwed it up. Ah, God.
But man, that first Silent Hill film, again, it goes to prove that you can do your own thing with the world.
But there's things that you can't do. Like, you can't say it's The Witcher. I don't know how you pronounce it. Geralt. I don't give a shit. Geralt. I don't give a shit, all right?
Yeah.
Anyways, you can't have, okay, we have Geralt, and we're just going to do our own things with that character. Why? He's already made. He's already a character that's been developed and made. You can't change him. It's stupid. You know, or even like pre-existing characters that exist, whether it's in a book, whether it's in a game, whether it's whatever. It's source of media. You can't change them.
The thing is, the source material literally has the character, the whole foundation and structure is there for you.
Yeah.
There's nothing to build upon. There's nothing to work with. The character is there.
It's literally, you know, the thing is,
it's spoon-fed to you.
Not even that, but you know what it's like? It's like color within the lines. Color in the lines. And they keep taking their crayon going out of the goddamn lines. Like, holy shit, stop. There's no need for your creativity. We don't want what you want. We want what we want.
God, Halo is the best definitive example.
God damn it, dude.
Let alone Resident Evil.
Oh,
Halo.
Halo.
What they did to Halo should be considered a war crime.
Oh, 100%.
They literally destroy the shit out of that franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I've heard about Halo.
They literally defiled Halo as a whole.
They basically took Halo and did fan fiction. It's pathetically cringe.
My God. What?
Oh, dude, I could literally rant about this for hours on end.
I'm telling you, I am so absolutely annoyed. It's like, it's not hard.
No, but it's like you said, the biggest problem that comes with these things is that
the director or the writers want to do their own thing.
They lack genuine respect and love for the source material.
But you know what the thing is I don't understand? Why is it that these
why do they get the work on these projects?
Why guys?
Wouldn't it be obvious to hire people who actually respect
give a shit
and love it?
People who actually give a shit. I don't get that. Even like the Fallout series. We were watching the Fallout series recently. I like it a lot. I think it's really good. I see some people on the internet have complaints with it based on they're like, oh, lore inaccuracies. Actually, I don't care, man. Or I don't see that deep into it. I don't give a shit. Is it good? Is it in the world and is it good? That's what I care about.
The thing is,
yes,
the thing is, it's doing its own thing within the world.
Yes.
But the thing is, even though it's doing its own thing, it's heavily respecting the world itself in the source material.
Yes.
And that's why it's not like they're trying to say, oh, this is Fallout 4 or 3, the show. No, this is Fallout. It takes place in the whole world, but it's not supposed to be like one of the actual stories we've seen. Yeah. It's its own story in the world, and that's why it doesn't fall in that same category. No, but like you said, from what I've seen.
From what I've seen,
sound design, visuals, all pay a lot of love and respect to the originals.
We're on episode 4, so we're not fully done it yet, but we're enjoying it. I saw some people like on Twitter complaining, like in terms of like they're arguing about lore. I see a lot of arguments about lore. It's like a bunch of nerds. They're arguing about the lore. Like, does it make sense? Does it add up? I didn't really look into it because, like, dude, I'm not that big of a dork.
Dude, here's the thing I see it as, in my personal opinion. I don't care whether the lore is accurate or not. It's taking place in the world, its own story. They could even say that none of it's canon. Doesn't matter. Even if they say it is, I'm sure they say it is. I could just turn off my brain and pretend it isn't, and I'm okay with that. Because, again, it's in the world. It respects and loves the world, and it has a pretty interesting, unique story.
Yeah, as long as here's the thing: as long as it's good, no one's gonna worry, no one's gonna complain. As long as it's good, and it is good. But it's just like, so it can be done, you know. But you have to give it to the right people that will, as Chris said, respect the source material. And a lot of people don't want to.
Let alone respect, just love it, man.
You know, stop giving it to people who've never played the games or have never read the books. Stop doing that. I don't know why the hell you're giving it to people.
Disaster.
It's a horrible thing. Like, you want them to do their own thing? Like, no, it's stupid. You know, it doesn't take that. It doesn't take that much effort to actually just go and enjoy the material, to get it. You know, because they won't understand it. They won't know what the fans are looking for. You know, here's the thing: a lot of these directors, they do what they want. It's like, no, you have to do what the fans want.
Let alone directors. I think the biggest issue is the writers.
Writers, directors, because I feel like it's a collaborative experience.
Yeah.
You know, there's
and I feel bad for the actors who are tied onto these projects, and it's not their fault.
Yeah.
Especially the guy who plays Master Chief.
He gets a lot of hate.
He probably gets a lot of shit. It's like, it's not the dude's fault, man. He got casted, and he's an actor, man. Few actors
get any job.
say.
You know, bro needs to pay the bills, man. And
it's
apparently, this shitty Halo series pays his bills. You know, that's just
There's only so much you can do with what you're given as an actor. Though some actors are just really shit, too.
But you can't blame I feel like blaming the actor isn't the right way to go.
I think it's a scapegoat.
I think it is too.
I think director, writer deserve a lot of the blame.
Yeah. They
give the final say. They give the director says cut, and the writers are the one who write the script.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think we're just gonna finish it off with our questions and highlights.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the questions.
Because again, we could ramble on about this shit for hours.
Yeah. In terms of terrible adaptations, whether it's games or books or anything like that,
we unfortunately have a large pool to pull from.
Unfortunately, we've been disappointed many times.
Yeah.
So,
our editor messaged us. What do you say?
Oh, our editor just gave us movie recommendations.
Sick, I'll look into them.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Thank you, Eduardo.
Thanks, Eduardo. Shout out to Eduardo.
Bro
just recently came back from vacation, or soon he's going to be coming back from vacation.
In 2 days. Wait, when this goes live, he's already back.
He's already back when this goes live, so yeah, he's pretty much back from vacation, and we're hoping he had a good time. You know, well-deserved for him.
Yep, so we're going to get to the questions highlights.
Yep.
This comes from Drax514. Loving the trilogy and sequel reactions you guys have been doing. A lot of people, by the way, have mentioned they love the fact that we just banged out trilogy so fast.
Yeah. We only did, it was just like, it was kind of like on a whim. We were just like, again, editor went on vacation. We're just like, let's do something very easy and just hit out trilogies.
We mostly did it for the podcast so that we could retain easier memory of 3 films in the same world instead of 3 different ones.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have struggled a lot more.
We were recorded them so ahead of time that we would probably forget when we had to do the podcast.
Yeah.
So fortunately we did that and it worked out. Seems like you guys liked it. Cool. I think there's a couple of sequels and whatnot you've missed in the past that you should consider finishing off. Meet the Fockers is definitely one of them. Yeah, we know. We
gotta get on some of those.
There's
again.
some of those that we have to get back on. And when we started doing like films and stuff like that, we were bad with sequels. We were bad with sequels. We're trying not to.
I think most reactors are bad with sequels. I think it's a renowned thing.
Yeah, but we don't want to be anymore.
No.
So if there's a movie that we do and it has a sequel, we're gonna try to bang it out as soon as possible.
I know
moving forward.
I know we have to get into the Bond films again.
Oh yeah.
Again, I know I see this every time. Quantum of Solace killed my buzz.
Yeah.
Casino Royale had me on a high that I don't think I could have ever gotten off in my life.
Casino Royale is a phenomenal film.
I thought, dude, there's no way I'm gonna stop watching these films. And Quantum of Solace said, really? Let me give you a reason to. Yeah. And it did.
Quantum of Solace was really
Quantum
good,
of Solace killed any hype I had for that franchise.
But we know we need to go back there. We need to see
even the original Bond films you would like to do eventually.
I've been dying to do those actually.
Like Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan.
I want to really do those too. So
we'll get into it.
We're gonna get into it. Don't worry, Drax. We'll be getting into it. Let's move on to the next one. All
right.
This one comes from Casca456. I value your authenticity. It's what separates you guys from many channels. Plus, you're funny in a wholesome way. Get well soon, dude. Have some chicken noodle soup. I just thought there was this overall just a really positive comment. You know, and I feel like lately I've been highlighting comments where people are kind of dicks. So I was like, you know what? There's some nice people out there. You know, they're not all bad. And I like this one a lot. As you can see, I am better, dude. I had no soup whatsoever. I did not take care of myself in any shape and form. I just brute forced my way through the sickness. I'm an idiot.
I didn't get it for some reason. I don't know why.
Stupid people can't get sick. Yeah.
True.
So yeah, I just thought this was a really nice comment. That was it. They value our authenticity and whatnot. I was just like, yeah, we're always going to be real with you guys. That's it.
Yeah, like we're pretty open about films we've seen. Like honestly,
we're very open with the films that we've seen and stuff like that. Or just with things in general. We're always going to like communicate with you guys. I feel like you guys consume our content, and I feel like that's the least we can do.
Yeah, like specifically, I feel like the easiest way to like really get with us and communicate is like through our streaming. We kind of stopped streaming for a while. I think I'm gonna start doing it again for fun here and there. Yeah. Randomly, it's not gonna be planned. I'm gonna randomly just pop in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always pretty fun. So we'll see what that happens.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it Tuesday. Who knows?
Who knows? Let's move on to the next one.
Right.
Chris reacts. Now time for Ocean's 8. The last podcast we did all the
Probably
Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. And from what I've heard of Ocean's 8, it doesn't seem like anything that's worth watching. From what I've seen.
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Okay, it's the same reason why I did not do Men in Black International. It's the same reason why I didn't do those other American Pie films. I don't care about spin-offs.
Yeah.
I very rarely care about spin-offs. They're not interesting. They don't connect or have any meaningful tie to the main story. It's just here's a different thing, different characters, different stuff. Doesn't interest me in the slightest. I really don't want to watch that.
The thing is, what makes Oceans 11, 12, and 13 so great is the cast.
What makes Men in Black great? The cast.
The cast. And it's just
what makes American Pie great? The cast.
So it's just like, oh, hey, let's just take the same setting and just revamp the cast. Just change them all. No, that doesn't work for me. No, I don't care. You know?
No.
Part of what makes the original so great is the fact that the cast was there. You know, and if they're not there, now you can say, oh, but they show up at the end or something like that. I don't give a shit. No. If they're not there from the beginning, I don't want to watch it. No. That's it. So, no.
It holds no interest to me, and I don't know. It just... maybe when we're desperate for content, possibly.
If we're very desperate, maybe we'll go to it and see how bad it actually is.
But I'll be brutally honest, I don't really have any... There's no appeal to it.
There's just like nothing motivates me to watch it. So,
nope.
Unfortunately, Chris, no, we're not going to do it anytime soon. Next one comes from Michelle York 7647. It's a bit long, this one, but it was kind of interesting. So, by all means,
I have to read it.
It's Michelle. I don't want to read it.
Hi, hope all is well, Chris, and follow Octokrool Twin. On a serious note, I started watching reaction videos because of bouts of depression. A broski recommended them, and to be honest, it helps. I'm glad to hear that, actually. So my question is, what are some things that have helped you through your depression, if any? The reaction video that started it all for me was Tommy Boy.
Good movie.
Oh, Tommy Boy. Ooh, we should do another one with Farley and Dave. Okay, well, I have another movie. Sorry,
Okay.
I still watch it to this day. Is there one comedy reaction video on the channel that you think the audience just has to watch, and why? Lastly, did you ever come up with a cool idea you guys were wanting to supplement for the lack of polls? Question was asked on Patreon. As always, well wishes. Well, with the Patreon poll thing, we just decided to take a full-on break of stuff.
Well, it's because there's no need to, because we have to record things ahead of time,
Yeah,
so we couldn't do the poll.
we committed
The polls
very-
are coming back, though. They're coming back very soon.
Yeah, we committed very hard to taking a break because we needed a break.
We needed a break, and our editor needed a break. Everyone needed a break. It was just like a team effort. We all need a break.
Yeah, but it's comments like this that were kind of like, I'm gonna just say it right now here for you guys to know. Reaction content is the literally the most shit, degrading, disgusting, most low effort, not even impressive content that you could possibly do on
The
YouTube.
toughest job with this kind of content is the editing. So
Yeah.
we're not even doing that.
We're not even doing that
Eduardo's
either.
the one who's really working hard here.
Eduardo's hard carrying.
Yeah.
But the fact that people say that we can help them feel better about like very horrible things that have happened to their life, or as Michelle mentioned, depression, is what makes this feel purposeful. It's what gives it any ounce of like.
It gives it like meaning to do what we do. It's not just.
Trust me,
we're not just two stupid guys in front of a camera. We're genuinely helping people in our own way, if that makes sense. And it just makes it gives like this more value in what we do.
Yeah, and again, it makes us continuously find purpose in doing it. Because like I said, we say hardest job in the world. You guys know we're goofy, ironic guys. Like there's no way in hell.
We're a little silly, man.
We're silly.
We're a bit silly with
We're very fully aware this is nothing impressive.
Yeah.
But
still the hardest job on the planet. In terms of like a good question here was like, what are some things that have helped you through your depression, if any? I've been there, guys. You know, I'm just like anyone else. I've been extremely depressed back in a long time ago, long time ago, and working out fixed everything. Like literally, working out saved me from depression. I have no bouts of depression whatsoever anymore, just because working out is really like It's interesting that working out, not only did it change me physically, but it also changed me mentally. Like it gave me a mental that I never thought I would have.
Yeah, so it basically built you physically and mentally.
Yeah, it gave me like a mindset that I never thought I was capable of when I was younger. And I'm like definitely not the same person.
For me, it's different because like I have ADHD, and I randomly just fall into episodes of like massive depression, and I can't even help it. Like it just happens. I'm not medicated either, so like anything I have that is tied to ADHD, I live by the terms "fuck it, we ball." You know, I go with it. And for me, the best thing I do is I isolate myself. I do things on my own, and I randomly come out of it.
Well, you just do things that you enjoy by yourself, right?
Yeah, I kind of just keep to myself. I become very antisocial. I won't communicate. I won't talk to people. I'm on my own, and randomly I get over it. That's how sadly, mine is not serious. It's nothing to be concerned about. It happens, and I get over it. I'm very fortunate. In contrast to other people who have very serious episodes over actually traumatic and horrible things, you know? So my depression's not that important or crazy. Yeah. But comedy reaction more people should watch should be one of our oldest videos ever. There's two of them that come to mind.
Okay.
It is Friday.
Yeah.
And Don't Drink Your Juice in the Hood.
Those
are some of my favorite comedies.
Interestingly enough, the two that came to mind for me is Step Brothers and The Jerk.
I went with old ones.
I know, but
I went with old ones that possibly people now watching us could have missed.
Those are two comedies I really
The Jerk is very recent.
I know, but I really
But Step Brothers, again, is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, those movies are... I think those movies are actually really funny.
I think Friday as well. I like Friday.
Friday is funny, don't get me wrong, but those are the two things that just came into my head. Boom, just like that.
Yeah. Great questions overall. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, that's why I chose this one. I saw Michelle. I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Michelle with the bangers.
That was the thing. I saw Michelle's name. I was like, oh man, not Michelle again. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's actually good. Okay. Love you, Michelle. Not really. This one comes from Mihovic Conkarat 4480. I completely butchered that. I'm sorry, buddy. Hey guys, if you two are interested on watching another trilogy, then I recommend the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. So I took this one because we want to be very open with you guys and tell you that we've seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Yeah. We've seen the trilogy. I think there was another one. I didn't see that one, no. But we have seen the trilogy.
Yeah,
and
I've seen the
unfortunately,
three of
you'll never see it on the channel.
No.
They are good movies. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. They're super goddamn good.
Specifically, I really like the first and second one. Third
Dead
one,
Man's Chest, I think, was the second
third
one.
one was a little.
Third one was a bit of a reach, but I really like the second one with like the Davy Jones and stuff like that. It got really good there.
Davy Jones was
a really
fantastic villain.
a very good antagonist.
Also, big fan from Croatia. Shout out to Croatia.
Shout out to Croatia. Sorry for not reading the full thing, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you'll never see on the channel, buddy. I'm sorry.
Nope, sorry.
I just wanted to make that clear.
All right, next one.
The next one is Mike Baker 7232.
7232.
British Don Cheadle ain't real. He can't hurt you. Sleep well. British Don Cheadle's in your dreams.
Again, literally the only thing in the Ocean's film I could not stand was British
Truly
Don
one
Cheadle.
of the most terrifying things I've ever seen in cinema history.
Such a fantastic actor, given one of the most stereotypical... Like, if you want to say anything is racist to British people, it's Don Cheadle's character in Ocean's. I think
it's very stereotypical, right?
It borders on racism to British people. It's
it's super stereotypical towards
oh
the British.
My god,
it's kind of funny.
Like, at first I was like, oh, this is kind of funny, and after a while I'm like, oh, it's not stopping.
No,
this is him.
He's really going for
this
it.
This is what they wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah, infest my nightmares.
Recent cinephile Stanley Kubrick has been dead for about 25 years. I think in the previous podcast, there was a question or something like, who would we have direct something or a movie for us or something like that. I said Stanley Kubrick. Well,
he's dead.
Turns out he's dead, guys. Yeah! Now we'll never get a sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think it's a good thing. Sometimes life just works out for us. Namely me. So, rest in peace, Stanley Kubrick. Unfortunate that you passed away for you, not for me. Alright, moving on. What?
Dude, that's gonna just upset people, and I love that.
I don't care!
Alright. Rob McSky2974, I've got a question. And of all the questions that were selected for the Q&A at the end of these videos, how many have been chosen without getting a reaction and or comment reply from the channel? All of them. I purposely do not reply to any comment on the podcast, in perhaps because I am going to use it.
Yeah, because we're going to use it, but not even just that. When it comes to like movie reactions, recommendations, sorry. Some people do recommend to us while having a good question, so I'll highlight it. Those ones, and every time they recommend us something, we've never watched it or even consider it. Also, so yeah, just none of them. None of them at all. No.
I think he meant like, do we wait,
how many have been chosen? How many films have been selected at the end of these? At the end of this, so out of all the questions that were selected for the Q&A, and at the end of these videos, how many have been chosen without getting a reaction or comment?
Yeah, from us. They're not actual video reaction from a film. These are the comments themselves.
Oh, sorry.
That's why you were talking away. I was like, I'm pretty sure.
I completely misread that.
No, it's like that we don't answer any of the comments at all again, because like in case we just use it for this.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe we don't have enough. Maybe I want more. We'll go pull some more. So purposely, I don't respond to any of them on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Also, what he said about movie recommendations, I tend to ignore them.
Yeah.
Because I get so many of them at this point. I just on the list. I'll look into it. I get them everywhere. DMs on Twitter. X, if you want to be specific.
DMs on Twitter, X.
Instagram, my business email.
Yeah.
I recently had a person contact my business email, and the literal tag was, "This is not a movie recommendation. Please read."
Yeah, that was
so.
funny.
Then I was like, I guess I will read it.
It shows that they truly watch our content.
Yeah, that was. It made me laugh.
That was a clear indication.
Yeah.
All right, that's it, Rob McScotty. Next one, actually the final one. Ooh. What could it be? What could it be? It comes from RosiePoo75. You're the only podcast to date that my ADHD doesn't disengage from after 5 minutes. Thanks for starting my day with laughs. I just took this one because it was a nice and positive comment, and it kind of made me feel good about myself. You know? I was just like...
we both know you need to feel better about yourself.
I do far too much. I don't need any more. But I was just like, you know what? Why not?
A little bit of an ego stroke.
A little bit of an ego stroke, you know? I could use a bit more. Well, I really shouldn't, but I'm going to anyways.
Actually, I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool because like we did the podcast thing just out of the
kind of on a whim.
We wanted the experience with it and just have fun with it.
We had the idea for a year, and we're like, do we even really want to do this?
We had this idea for a long time, and we only implemented it. Again, we had this idea for maybe a year or two ago.
We're not even on episode 30 yet.
Yeah, but and I just saw this as just I don't know. It was just like I like that people are enjoying the podcast, if anything.
Yeah.
You know?
It means a lot.
Yeah, as long as you guys enjoy it, we'll keep on doing it.
Maybe I'll try to find other avenues to maybe get it on Spotify, etc.
Yeah,
but I've read that it's such an annoyingly obnoxious process. So
yeah, depends if the podcasts keep doing well and they do better and better and stuff like that.
I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, that is the last question or a highlight. We are done, people. We are free. We can finally breathe some fresh air. All right, guys. We're done. We're finished. We had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time listening or watching us.
We mostly complained this one.
We complained a lot about this one. Oh, a lot about things in this one.
Yeah.
But well deserved, by the way. So we're gonna peace on out, like Stanley Kubrick.
Dude, that was a good one. Good job.
I know. So see you guys in the next one. There is no special emoji because every time I say there's a special emoji, only one or two of you do it.
You know what? For them.
For them? Oh, for those ones?
Balloon emoji.
Balloon emoji, guys. Squeak, squeak. Or whatever balloons make. Pop, pop. Yeah, whatever, guys. Balloon emoji. Bye.